Hello Internet, I am Firebolt, and welcome to Factorio Part 2. Last time we got the basics of automation up and running, we got some electricity here, and we started feeding coal into our furnaces. Oh yeah, I unlocked the splitter last time, which means that I don't have to have two separate drills of coal to just come up here, and I can split them half and half. This is fueling all my other drills and all my inserters. So it'd probably be a pretty good idea to fuel that. I want to build another splitter. Basically, if I put one here, that'll mean the boiler is getting half of my coal, and that these two are getting a quarter. Which, to be honest, I'm fine with. It might be more convenient here though, and I don't think this really needs that much coal. Yeah, but I will need some iron plates to get that going. I should probably build these conveyor belts a bit longer just so I have more to collect. Just sort of build it around there. I might need them later because I'm researching automation right now, although that's not ticking along because there's nothing inside there. I don't know if I said last week, but hang on, if I just put this away. Automation, probably not on this screen. Basically, machines that build these basic components for you. If you build those basic components, you can put them into bigger assembly machines and they make even better components. So eventually you can put all the components together. So say I want, well, the science pack 1's pretty simple. So if I wanted to make these all myself, it would be fairly simple to do. I would just need 2 iron plates and 1 copper plate. But that does take a while. What's much more efficient is if I automate that. Basically run a, what's it called, conveyor belt into an assembly machine. With the iron gear wheel there, I'll have to do something a bit more complicated. Basically run these into an assembly machine to make our iron gear wheels, and then shove that into the same assembly machine as the copper plates to make these science packs. So that's my aim, to basically automate this. And if I want, maybe go a bit further. Right now, just trying to fuel this though. So I'll be wanting a splitter, I guess. Just wait for that to tick along. I should probably build just a few conveyor belts along here, just so I can collect more copper in one go. There's no cost if you delete something that you've accidentally built, and if you rotate it the wrong way in our tit and do that by accident, which fucks it up, then there's no penalty for that, which is good because I'm a twat occasionally. I need to add my splitter onto here, and then if I just run this down this way, I might need a few more, but yeah, I definitely will. Yeah, I can just build from here because I already have some iron plates whilst building my splitter. Just try to avoid hitting that pylon there because it might fuck things over, and I can use an electric inserter because that's much easier. Oh, I can use a fast inserter too. I need to bring a pylon over here though. As long as we got coal, we've got power. These resources do deplete, but they probably won't deplete during this part. If these resources deplete, you just generally move a drill further up and possibly delete your old one. Like, these are pretty big stockpiles. Occasionally you get like little ones that it's not really useful to do that with, but these are pretty good, so you can move a drill wherever you want. We should probably get on just finishing off automation so that I can actually automate that part. So I'll need to make a bunch of science packs by the looks of it. So I'll need a bunch of iron plates. There we go. Right, so now we have 12 science packs. That should be more than enough. I'll have to wait for each one to tick over individually, and they take a while sometimes, which is again why it's useful to actually automate that stuff, because then you don't have to wait and you can be building new stuff to automate more stuff, which is generally the entire game. I quite enjoy this. It's a very addictive game. I could easily just, like, you know, start playing this after tea time and then suddenly it's midnight and all I've built is a train. That actually happened once. Okay, so now I've got automation. I can go on to electronics. That's not that useful. A filter inserter basically says, oh, you only take these things off, but I don't know how useful that is. And occasionally with those sort of things, you need to figure out how logic gates work. And there was something really confusing with that on my first playthrough. They might have slightly cleared that up so that it's more useful. Ooh, you know what I should probably do? Get solar energy, because that'll be, oh, but that uses green packs. I'll focus on automating my red stuff before I go on to solar panels, and a lamp isn't that useful anyway. Those are just all fast stuff, and it also uses green stuff. I should probably be aiming for stuff that steel processing. That'll be useful because steel plates are used eventually. We might not get to that in this thing, but it's just something useful to keep my research station busy with all the stuff I've put into it. But now I do have assembly machines here. I'll need a bunch of iron plates to get that going now. You can have like a massive drill farm here so that you've pretty much got unlimited iron plates to play with. Need one for the actual pack and one for the iron gears, so I'll need 2. Good thing I have enough for 2, and I should probably start building some belts to feed some stuff into. Probably going to build my main assembly machine for the red thing around about here, so it's quite close to the lab. Actually, I could like build it here and then have my iron one here. Right, okay, so you do need an inserter for this though, and also you need power for this. Hang on, there we go, and then get myself an inserter, and I'll get another one for later. There we go, put that there. I haven't told it what to make yet. Now these can only make a couple of simple stuff, which basically only uses your raw things, I believe. So it can make iron gear wheels, it can make circuits, basic materials, and it can also make these 2 science packs. You need something more complex for the later science packs, and also possibly because you can't make an inserter in here. Well, you can make a burner inserter, but you can't make that kind of inserter in here. So you'd need the next level of automation so that you can make that, even though you can make that in a less complicated thing, if that makes any sense. But right now I just want this to make iron gear wheels because that's what's needed for science pack 1. I'll temporarily delete that so I can just move that into a more convenient location and rotate this like so. Okay, that's just putting it on the floor now. I can move this down to a lower place. Okay, so my second assembly machine can go here, and that can pretty much feed directly into the lab. This is what will be making the science packs. But for that, I will need to feed some copper plates up here. As you can see, that has copper plates and iron gear wheels. Iron gear wheels are being produced here. But I'll need a bunch of this to get myself some more conveyor belts to bring that up. I might have to cut down some trees. Oh, I do need to demolish a tree. Tight. There we go. And I'll need an inserter too. If I keep hitting the pause menu, and I'll need another one for actually going into the lab. So put it like that and power that. So if I tell this that it should be making these science packs, then that'll make that. That'll whir away, and hopefully this will go into here. They do take a while. You can get stuff that basically put the speed module on these so that you can produce more of this. I think if you got a few of these, then it should be fine. Incredibly inefficient if you can't tell, because that goes all around there. But at least it's got a good stockpile. And this finally isn't piling up, so it's actually got a use here. So that's our first bit automated. Like, I can just stand here and do nothing, and that'll keep going. But I'm not going to stand here to do nothing because that would be dull as shit. What do I want my next step to be? I should probably work on getting Science Pack 2, which I do need the next level of assembly machine for, which I can't get here. I need Automation 2. Why is this unavailable? Because I don't have electronics. Fuck it, I'm just going to get electronics. And you don't really need steel processing at this point. I'll continue that at another point. Although the steel axe is more useful because it doesn't break every 10 seconds. So that's just whirring away. I could add some more drills, I think. Actually, you know what, there's a abundance here, I feel. Right, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another assembly machine so that I produce more red shit. Not like that. I'm trying to think what the best way to do this would be. Could actually show off a different mechanic, which is underground belts. If you can't tell, they go underground. If I want to just ignore this and then make an assembly machine here to go into there, then I can do that. Although it'd probably be more convenient here. I'm gonna get another drill here because this is really fucking slow. Actually no, that stops drilling every time. I need another furnace, that's what I need. I probably could do another drill too, to be honest, but we need speed here. Right now I just need a bunch of copper because I'm actually running on copper for once. And I can build myself a drill. So I just put myself a drill here. Oh, I need to power that, of course I do. But I do need something to put it into, which would be my furnace. I need stone though, and I haven't actually drilled any of that yet. Where is my stone place? It was somewhere out here. I can just leave that running in the background, it should do its own thing. This is still slow as hell. It's only a small task for when you want to add stone furnaces. I mean, you can just add a drill here, because you can get like chests, which would probably be easier. and just basically put a conveyor belt here, insert her into a chest, and then whenever you need stone, go to that chest, open it, and take a bunch of shit out. Ah, fuck, I need coal for that, don't I? There's so much fucking shit here. Hang on. If I fuel it with my own shit first, and then I'll have more stuff to build stuff to actually fuel it with, if that makes any sense. Right, so just build that along there so I actually have something to store it on. Actually, I could feed it like directly onto here. Yeah, that works better. And then I'll just throw a bunch of coal in there for now, whilst I sort my shit out. I'm terrible at this game, but still incredibly addicted. What am I doing again? Oh yeah, I was making the coal go. Turn that way. Make this go underground. That comes out that way. Can I slightly move this down? Because that would be way more convenient. Although I probably had to fuck a bunch of shit up for that to happen, but yeah. Does that just take straight out of there? Yeah, good. Electronics finished. Okay, so I can research the next level. And what is the next level? It is assembly, no, automation 2. Which I want so that I can automate the green shit. So I just move this here, and that's way more convenient than what I was going to do. Although I could have just moved that up, but psh. So now we have much more shit here. This is still taking much longer than it should. We need another assembly machine. Because the iron plates end up making the iron gear wheels, but it does that automatically. It is actually much quicker than to get the iron gear wheels from here rather than getting a bunch of shit from here. Alright, so build myself a thingy machine. Yeah, there's not enough space there. I shall put my thingy machine here. Fuck's sake, there's a tree there too. And you can piss off too. Get myself an underground belt to start with. That'll be helpful, because I'm doing a confusing thing, and that's annoying. I probably should have gone round with this, but it's too late now. I built myself a bunch of conveyor belts just to sort myself out. Right, how far can this go? There. That's useless. I need to rebuild this somewhere then. Fuck it, just put that there for now. Right, I'm just gonna put that there and get rid of this thing because it's useless. Get myself an inserter. That would be helpful. I need more iron plates, because of course I fucking do. So that like that. Never actually told us what to build. Build that thing. Oh, is this going to be an arse? Yes, it is. How do I make it not an arse? Fuck the whole system up. That would be a good idea, wouldn't it? Do that, and I might actually be able to put something sensible here. Build this here. Right, I need a splitter to get my copper over there. So what am I doing with this? So that goes like that into there. But only if I make this like that. Right, so now I need to feed this into here in a non-stupid way. Emphasis on non-stupid. Can I build another inserter? I need at least 2, I believe. Will this work? I hope it fucking does. How do I solve this shit? Can I just actually move it from here? Because that would be far simpler. If I power it, can I move it from there? Yes, good. Right. So now I've got a ridiculously complicated system with coal coming from miles away. And not enough fucking iron to just power this one lab. With too many fucking wires. Do I need this? I doubt I need that. Oh look, that did nothing. If something looks like it's got too many connections, it's probably useless. Oh well, you're a piece of shit. I can move you to be more convenient. This is now producing, I think, enough gear wheels to put into there. This should be going fine, because that's just going to produce shit there. And it's only really as long as these things take, which is less than that takes to go, if that makes any sense. On my other save, I did, after much time, get a train. So basically what I did was, in a faraway place, build a place specifically just with lamps. And I think I also had a facility for producing some of the science packs. Most of the red and green stuff were produced in a different facility though, and were carried by train, which might be useful, but I think that actually took me like 6 hours to get to, so I don't think I'll be able to do that in this review. Well, I'm just researching that at the moment so that I can actually get the green stuff going. So I should probably just sit around and wait, to be honest. Is there any way I can improve this? There probably is, but meh. Oh, joys. I need to do 2 things for that. So for Science Pack 2, that is made up of an inserter and a transport belt, as you can see there. An inserter is made up of an iron plate, so I'll need to feed that into the inserter constructor thingy. Iron gear wheels, which I have here, but I'd rather make my own again. Electronic circuit, which I believe is just... Oh no, that also uses iron plates. and copper cable, which I need to produce separately, and that's just for the inserter. For the transport belt, I need more iron gear wheel and more iron plate, and then I need to feed that into the thing to fucking feel. Jesus, this might take the rest of the time, or actually more time than I have. Right, so I've got that now. That's good. I've rambled on long enough so I can get this done. And that requires fucking 44 shit to build. Okay, well let's work on producing the transport belts first, because they are actually generally useful if I need to pick them up. So I have iron gear wheels here, and I think they're being produced fast enough. So if I get a splitter, do I have enough iron yet? I can't actually see a thing. Move this out of the way so I can actually see what I'm collecting. There's a bunch there, and I'll need some copper too, and I can make a splitter. This is getting ludicrously complicated, but so what I want to produce here is my transport belt. Can a basic assembly machine do that? I shall check. A basic thing can do that, which I probably should have been setting up whilst that was researching, but oh, and I should start a new research too, so that actually has something to do. Just continue with steel processing probably. I need my assembling machine, which I need more iron plates to build, although those are pooling up, so that's nice. Build there. Oh, I need power here. Put that there. Right, and I need an inserter too. Right, so I also need iron plates to go off there. For once with my splitter I actually have enough iron plates, and that should make our conveyor belts, and I'll need a bunch more actual conveyor belts to take it over there too. Move it across like that. I can put this pylon in a better place. There we go. And build another inserter like that, and then turn that around and do that. Right, so if I set this to be transporter belt, that is producing transport belts. Now I also need to produce inserters, which require iron gear wheels, iron plates, which I am still producing here, and electronic circuit. An electronic circuit requires yet more iron plates and copper cable, which I believe I told you, but which means I need a splitter on my copper again. Okay, so I need to feed this into a separate thing somewhere, and that's not producing nearly enough. Great. This is great. Oh, and apparently that's finished already. Brilliant. Research random things, to be honest. I need to just keep that busy right now. Run some stuff up here. Then if I run that into a separate assembly machine, is this really not producing enough iron gear wheels? Why not? Oh, shit. That'll be why I set it off not doing that thing. Because I was trying to show you... Shit. Temporary halt there because I was inept and forgot to turn on a thing. That's why it is half the time. I need another assembling machine just for some copper cable. I believe assembling machine 2 is just able to craft items that require up to 4 ingredients. This can only use 2 ingredients and put them together, which is why the assembling machine 2 is much more useful, although it does actually require more materials to build, so only use it when necessary. And there's a bunch piled up here, so I can use that. Okay, this is just to make copper cable. Get myself an inserter. Set this recipe to be copper cable, so that only requires copper plate. I need to build electronic circuits, which requires more iron plates, which means I need to split this off here somehow. I could probably send an underground belt across here. It might be easier. And that's finished too. I don't know, do fluid handling. Ooh, lubricant. A bunch of this stuff is for weaponry, but that's only really useful if you're not a coward and you're playing on this how it should be and not on peaceful. And build a splitter too. Does that work? No, that breaks the whole system. If I do that, then send this one down here, and then I need an underground one. That may not go far enough. I might need another. You can just put these back to back pretty much. That's much simpler than having to go all the way around like that. And I need something to build electronic circuits with, which I think I can just do with the basic assembly machine. I might not get any green stuff assembled today, to be honest. And I don't think I should do another part. I will probably continue this in my own time though, because this game is addictive as shit. Although once you automate this, you can actually automate building assembly machines, which might actually be necessary at some point for one of the science packs. Just a level above what I've actually done in this game, and I've put many, many hours into this game. Some would say too many, I would say too many. but I still enjoy it. Well, I need an inserter here for that. And I also need to power both of these here. Need more shit to build another inserter, of course I do. This is poorly managed, I feel. Tell this to build electronic circuits. Right, what is the next step? That's producing conveyor belts, which is necessary for the overall thing. That's producing electronic circuits. I'll need another splitter for what I'm planning to do. Just move this around to here. You get some more conveyor belts too whilst you're at it. Turn that around like that. Power this so it does the thing. Right, this gives me room to actually build a splitter here so that I can build an inserter. That's enough for 2 splitters, which is exactly what I need, helpfully. It's a ludicrously complex thing, but it's much easier than doing it by hand, trust me. Especially when you can just literally go to the toilet and watch your factory run. Although sometimes that fucks shit up, to be honest. But what I'm wanting here is for that to be siphoned off again. I should probably build another facility to build those. I actually probably need more splitters then. I do know one thing, I will need at least 1 underground belt. Build that there and then join this up like that. And then need yet another one. I still can't explain what I'm doing, but it makes sense in my brain. Basically what I'm doing is trying to bring all these things together to make an inserter, and then I'll bring this off into a separate bit because this is making conveyor belts. And it's really confusing and it's get myself a bunch of transport belts. They're generally useful. I'll need a bunch of inserters, I know that much. And I'll need an assembly machine, although I'll need the level 2 assembly machine. Bunch of iron gear wheels that I can get from here, to be honest. I can get my copper plates here. Then I just have to pretty much wade through this to get a bunch of my iron plates. There we go, I got enough for that assembly machine. That's going to take a while to build. Right, this is for my inserters. Okay, I need a bunch of conveyor belts just to make this work. Okay, so feed this into there and power that thing. I think I can pretty much just feed that straight into there without any conveyor belts, which is lovely and helpful. Move that off to the side like that, and then I can put all the stuff in there. Right, okay, and build inserters in here. Right, so now I'm building inserters and conveyor belts, which is the base components of the green shit. Once I automate the green shit, I'm ending the thing because I've been going on this for long enough. I need more conveyor belts. It's always, I need more of this, but you know, it's all, you know, at least I'm not mining anymore myself. That was stressful. And actually, I only need a level 1 assembly machine to build my green stuff. There we go. Yep, got enough to build that. Insert that into there. Put electricity here, and just fucking move this up here. So now this can produce those. So now I just need to build a lab to put all that in. I'm just going to have to check something quickly. If I change this to red and green research, this can just keep going on the red research, right? Right? Oh fuck. Okay, well, if I want to do that, I'm going to have to move this lab and fuck that all about so that I can actually put green stuff in here. And there's no real point in building a lab. Oh, I'll try quickly do that. I didn't realise that was a thing, and I thought you could research the green and the red separately, which is why I'm building it off here. I need to knock down a bunch of trees. Oh, and I've ruined my axe. Great. There we go. Got a new axe. So I'm not fucking punching the trees now. Gonna have to move some of this stuff along a bit for reasons I will explain possibly. Actually, I have a vague plan. It might work. Actually, I think it will work. I'll just move this back into place because that was fucking binged up. There we go. Right, that's now in place again. Build a bunch of these. I'll probably need that underground belt, so that was useful. Move this across here because I'm going to try and link this onto here, and because they're on different levels, this inserter will use both. If that makes any sense. Oh, I can collect a bunch here actually. That's more helpful. I build one here too. Okay, another underground belt. That'll work. I'm going to have to just briefly move that there so it's more convenient. Right, get another underground belt. I might finally be on the way to actually getting this done. This is really confusing because there's a bunch of underground belts here. You here, can I move you just one bit further? Could you do that for me? Yeah, this is really getting on my nerves. Right, now I can do this a different way though. This is going to be really fucking annoying. I need a bunch of actual belts first. Put this down this way. Is that actually making shit? Have I told it to make shit? Yes. Why aren't inserters going in here? What's going on? Right, inserters are not being built apparently. Oh right, these have no way to actually go into there. Oh, that makes some sense. Right, I did that the wrong way of thing. Right, I need to move these up here. That's why. I didn't actually move my inserters out of the machine, which is part of why I'm not producing any green shit. Put that in there, and I'm finally producing some green shit, hopefully. This green shit will have a long way to travel down to this machine, but I'm trying to get it to work. Move this back a few steps. And to be honest, I can rebuild this inserter here, so that it actually has more room for red shit. Actually, I can turn that off straight away, so that it goes onto there, and these are on two separate paths. So they'll both go in at a somewhat, you won't get a bunch of reds on both sides, you'll get green on one side, red on one side, and it will hopefully balance out enough. No, that's not what I wanted. That is not what I wanted. Can you do that? That would be nice. Why aren't you? What are you doing? I forgot what you were meant to be making. Hang on. You're making red stuff. Thank you. Because I'd demolished that a couple of times. So now, these are both going in here, and we have one lab that has green and red going into it. Hopefully steady enough rate, so everything's fine. I've automated the system, although it's inefficient as fuck. There's research being done constantly, although when you get all the blue stuff it won't work. But that is enough for today, because I've been recording for over an hour. I have been Firebolt, and this has been Factorio Part 2. Extremely addictive game. As you could see in those last bits, I just lost track of time, to be honest. You do lose track of time. I shall show you what was my goal when I first started my original game. Basically, you have to make an engine for a train. Now, a train's fucking confusing because rails are fucking annoying to deal with. Eventually, I got this big facility up and running with the labs that I told you about. And then I had to make the blue stuff because I'd gotten through most of this somehow. I had to make the blue stuff so I could actually get towards making the rocket. At the time, the blue science packs involved batteries which needed sulfuric acid to run, which meant that I had to build a huge oil facility. But then I think an update came out which changed what was needed for the blue thing, and I think some later thing did a similar thing because they added a bunch of science packs, which basically ruined that entire lab, and was why I'm not going to show you that, because I don't think I have it, because that was on autosave, and this is also on autosave. And I'm finally going to fucking end it there. Good night. Thanks for watching. We'd really appreciate if you support us on various things, obviously subscribing on YouTube, Twitch, following us on Twitter or Facebook. We have a Discord server that you can join and talk to us and other people, and a website where you can check out blog posts.
And obviously this isn't free for us to run, so if you'd like to support us financially, we have a Patreon page where you can donate monthly and get subscriber rewards. We also have a Stream Elements tipping page where you can make one-off donations. The links are all in the description.
Farewell.
See you next time.
Yes.